Oh, babies, let's get into it, okay? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. This one is a serious story time. Y'all know that is really juicy when I have to stop the video and do it again because I feel like I'm rushing too much good information. I said, baby girl, once again, slow down. Let me love you. Let me stop. But no, really, slow down and get the story out. It's gonna be all right because there's too much good information to miss. Hey, how goes it? It's me, the real Asha P. Y'all, it was just too much information that I was just skipping and just rushing, so I had to run it back. But this is not the first time I had to do that. Let me tell y'all, before we get into this crazy story time, let me just tell y'all what I've been going through. Baby girl been going through life. Life be lifing, okay? Baby girl been going through life. I had did a video before that I was going to share with all of y'all, and I felt like I was forcing it. I really do feel like I was forcing it, and I said, I don't like it. So after 3 times of doing the video, I scrapped every single one of them, and I was like, let's do this again. This is not the video that I did, but I just didn't want to give y'all trash after a while. Like, no, I can't do that. So we are back and we are doing a video for y'all. Ooh, not these lashes. Before we really do get into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Become a part of this family, okay? Become a part of this family. Say, I like your outfit. I like your makeup. I like your story times. I like what you're doing. You know that's our thing.
I hate your braids. I hate your lashes. Bitch, I hate that you gotta make sandwiches at night.
Follow me on my social media. That will be in the description box below. My Instagram, my TikTok. We are on the road to 500K likes on TikTok. Follow me on there. I'm trying to get better on my Instagram as well. Follow me on here. All right. I'm on the road to 500 subscribers. We are getting close. We're going to get there, y'all. We are going to get there before the end of the year. I'm going to be delulu enough to where I feel like I can grasp it. So we're going to get there by the end of the year. Tell your mama, your auntie, your best friend, everybody that you know, even that high school crush that you have not talked to in 6 years who still be looking at your photos, send it to him. Send it to her. And become a part of this family. I do want to say thank you for all the people that have been watching my videos and have been subscribing. Thank y'all so much. It means so much to me. Y'all, I want to do a life update because baby girl, once again, life been lifing and I've been trying in this heavy world. And I want to do a life update, but I am honestly not 100% comfortable of talking about what's been going on in my life quite yet. I just want to be in a better place mentally, financially, emotionally before I do say or update you on how my life was. I want everything to change and be better so I am comfortable in a better mind space to talk about what I've been through instead of the turmoil of what I'm going through as of right now. But I do want to say thank you all for rocking with me and becoming a part of this family so far and just being there, being some real ones for real. Without all that mushy gushy stuff going on, let's get into this crazy story time, okay? Let's go. Again, I'm trying this again so I don't have this all over the place. And I already have the nicknames, so we're good. So let's talk about it. This was in May of 2020. So the pandemic, the vid had just seriously shut everything down. I had just moved out of my apartment to go to my parents' place at the time because honey, life was lifing and I would rather have been around my family while all of that stuff was going on. Well, it was in the air. I just had turned 23 maybe a couple of weeks ago. So this all makes sense because in this apartment, honey, I was barely really living life. I barely had people over or come over to my apartment. I wasn't dealing with no men and things like that. So yeah.
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? No, it's actually pissing me off. Oh my god, it pisses me off. Why would a man be there? Why do you want to be there? Like, you're literally in my face. Like, oh my god, I'm literally gonna freak out. I'm not kidding.
So when COVID had came, that's when I started going on live, tried to push myself out there more, started thinking about doing YouTube, push for YouTube. Not really networking, but just bringing myself out there more and being okay to talk to people. Men or just having female friends, things of that nature. I just wanted to be more out, especially since we couldn't do nothing but really stay in because of COVID. So that's how I had came on live and I met Bianca. While being on live, there are people that of course come on your comments and that's how I I met this guy. From the video I made before, I had looked over on my bookshelf and I carry these Doorables, I want to say they're called. Disney Doorables. And I had saw this dog, of course, you know, it's Pluto. So we're going to name him Pluto, a dog. So Pluto had came on my live, and after that he wanted to get to know me, so we had went on Instagram, and that's how our conversations really started. At first was on Instagram, and it started off so sweet. He's very much a gentleman. I want to say we were either the same age or he was older than me. I don't know. I know he was a Scorpio. I know that for sure. Okay. All right. I know that. So he was a Scorpio. I know that, but I can't really remember his age, so I'm going to put his age here. But Pluto, he was a smooth talker. Like very much a smooth talker. I want to say, and I don't mean it in a grody way. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's mostly a grody way, it's a little like out of 1 to 10, it's maybe a 2.5 of how it felt. But he kind of was a smooth talker and sounded like a smooth unk. Like one of them unks at the old people clubs and everything like that. That's just like a smooth talker. Like he know what to say to a lady or how to speak to them. And his voice was very deep. So it's just like he just gave a smooth unk. I don't know how he talks. He was like I'm a smooth dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He knew exactly what to say, because my thing is most of my friends that I'm around, they're very tiny. They're shorter than me. Of course, as you can see from Bianca, they are shorter than me. So when he's asking me like what's my sign, when's my birthday, my age, how tall I am, and I tell him like, oh, I'm like 5'7", 5'8", but I'm like, I know I'm not 5'9". He's like, oh, you're a midget and you're just so tiny compared to me, and that's fine. I'm like, ah, really? Because I'm known to be like tall. I'm always the tallest one in my group. So him saying that, he's like, oh yeah, you're like basically a midget to me because I'm 6'5" and everything. I'm like,
Dumbass bitch. You fell for the fucking bait. The nigga didn't have to do nothing. He didn't have to be nothing.
and again, his voice is so smooth. He has a country voice. And how I really do know that is because we mostly sent voice memos on Instagram at first. And that's why I can't really have too much of a screenshot, because most of the time when we were talking, it's with our regular voice. And he's asking me my hobbies, and I'm telling him like, oh, I collect vinyls. I have this many this far. And he's just like, oh, you're finding more ways for me to fall for you because I love music too. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Like, he was so sweet. And especially at the time of COVID, he was staying with his aunt, I want to say. Not his grandmother, his aunt. And I say that because even though I call him Pluto, I wanted to give him a closer name to Crazy, because they looked like each other. They look like, I know they ain't little brother.
I know that ain't who I think it is. Little big brother.
Like, I know that ain't big little brother. Like, they look so much alike. I'm like, it could be cousins. It could be same daddy, different mama, same mama, different daddy. It's just, I don't know. They look so much alike. But again, he was staying with his aunt, and he was taking care of her, especially because of COVID. And, you know, had to be inside and everybody had to be secluded, and the elderly, it was very much at risk. So he was taking care of her because he was older. But my thing is, it I always get a man like that. Like, I always want for a man like that, i.e. just like Crazy. Like, I think it's so sweet when a man is like, hey, I go to work and then I come home and I take care of somebody elderly like my granddad or my uncle or, you know, my aunt or my grandma. I think that is so sweet to do. But these men don't be doing it like how I think. Unfortunately, you would think that I'm really taking care of them, but most of the time these men is like, no, I am a stray dog, Pluto. I'm a stray, and I just wanted a place to stay. Like, even if the idea or the whole goal or the reason of them moving was to take care of that relative, they'll be like, yeah, I'm a semi take care of them, but I really just wanted a place to stay. And I hate that, because men don't do, or the men that I have encountered, they don't do like how I would have or what I have done. Like, that when there was a time that I was living with my granddad and going to school, I was getting out of school and I was making him lunch and I was making him dinner, making sure he was sleeping all right throughout the night, and then still getting up and doing that again. So I'm thinking when a man says like, oh, I'm taking care of a relative, they're going through the same thing or the same struggles that I was doing when I was taking care of my relative. And again, it's not the same. It is not the same. These men don't care. They really just be wanting a home. And since they're elderly and the bills are still going to be paid steadily, they are like, this is a free home. Like, I'm going to live my life and I'm just going to shack up here. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. Oh, my air just turned off. I wonder if y'all can notice because of the mic. But yes, he's saying that he's taking care of his aunt during COVID. And I'm thinking like, oh, that is so sweet. He is sending me voice memos. That voice, silky smooth country, I love it. So we are getting to know each other. After a while, he asked for my phone number and he was like, do you want to take it to another level? And he asked for my number and I was like, well, what's your number? I, as a woman, I am always taking a number, but I don't really want to give a number unless I have to. You know what I'm saying? I always say sometimes if a man asks for a number, I'm willing to give it because I don't want anything to happen to me over digits. Men's egos can get bruised and it can feel some type of way, and I don't want my life to be in danger over a phone number. So sometimes, or majority of the time, if a man is asking for my number, I'm gonna give it. Once again, I can block it, never message you, things of that nature afterwards when I am in the clear and once I'm safe. But yeah, but when I am messaging like this, I like to ask for the number, even though they're going to get my number, even though we're going to text eventually in the end. Something about my phone number sitting in their messages somewhere, it just doesn't sit right with me. I rather receive it and then message you after that, because you might get mad, you might delete my number, things of that nature, block me, things of that, but it won't probably be there anymore, especially after you delete my number. Sir, I'd rather it be like that than you be able to keep going back to me because you have my number saved somewhere. That is just me. I'm sorry. He asked for my number. I asked for his number and then he gives it to me. And then we start messaging after that. Now, right before we do start messaging, my last message to him before I start texting his phone is letting him know like I'm not looking for anything serious. Once again, I was very young. Honey, I wasn't even on the porch. I was still in the house behind the screen door, and you had to ask my mama, can I come outside to even be in the streets? Like, I was still young minded and moving very at my own pace. You know what I'm saying? Very slow. So I'm like, hey, I'm not looking for anything serious right now. Want to talk? Like, we could talk, but like, I'm not wanting to do anything more. Also, to allude to the fact of like, yeah, this may be cool, but I'm not finna sleep with you either. Like, don't think that, oh, we're getting to know each other to get to that point. Like, this isn't that. So he was like, he sent a voice memo. He was like, oh, I thought, in a way that was established. Like, we're just kicking it. We're just getting to know each other and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, cool. We start messaging. And again, he's most of the time we're either picking up on the phone and we're talking out throughout the day, or we're sending voice memos. And of course, I can't put the voice memos on here because that's just rude. You're like, I'm not gonna do that to Pluto. I'm not, even though he's a no. Like, I'm not gonna do that to Pluto. But we're mostly sending voice memos, getting to know each other. Well, in the meantime of that, I am still on live. The same live that I had used to get to know Bianca, or the same live that I was on that I got to know Bianca. I'm still on that. And I'm still meeting friends, like I said, that I wanted to do. And one of the friends I made, I am going to call her Anna, again from the little doorables that I had. You can see it's Moana, but I didn't want to call her Moana, so I'm going to call her Anna, not to get confused with, the movie Frozen. But yeah, Anna. I'm getting to meet Anna. Now, what is very crazy, and the world is the size of, a period at this point. I met Bianca on this live, and Bianca had met Anna before because Bianca is a waxer. So Bianca and Anna had met, but Bianca did not know that Anna had knew me. So while her and Bianca were talking during their appointment, she had brought up the whole live situation. And Bianca's like, oh, I'm on live. Like, I do that too. And she's like, oh yeah, I talked to a couple people. I have a couple of friends. And she mentioned my name. And she was like, what? You know her? I know her too. That's my friend. We talked too. I think at that time, I don't know if me and Bianca had went to the beach yet, or it was right before we had went to the beach. But she was like, oh yeah, I know her too. So now at that point, and still at this point, of course, y'all see me and Bianca, we talk every day. Me and her have seen each other, and Bianca and Anna had met each other, but me and Anna had only met each other on live. So the three of us had known each other from these lives, and they had met in person I'm the only one that had still just been left out. And it's so crazy because we had tried to make something work. We're going to one day, and I'm going to vlog it. We're all going to meet. The internet, you make some great people. Again, there's some crazy people in the world, but sometimes you can make some great people and some lifelong friends, honestly. But that just shows how small the circle is. Okay, cool. So I'm talking to Anna, and she's telling me like how everything has been going, especially with the vid going around. I'm telling her how everything's going with me, and she's like, "Oh yeah, like I've been on live a lot, and I met this guy," and I'm like, "Oh yes, girl, a purr, you know what I'm saying?" So she was like, "Yeah, he's kind of cool. He's just very assertive, sexually." He's just like very assertive. So she was like, I don't know, but he's like good conversation. He seems like a cool dude, but it's just like in that aspect, he really does try really hard and it just be on and off and everything. So I was like, oh. So she was like, yeah. And I see that you follow him on Instagram too. So you probably know him from the lives. But I noticed that y'all know each other from the followed by. So on Instagram, it will let you know once you start following somebody too, if y'all both follow a mutual, it will let you know like, oh, these are the mutual people that y'all follow. So she was like, I had noticed that y'all follow each other. So I was like, okay. She was like, yeah, his name is Pluto. Do you know about him? I'm like, Pluto. hmm, Pluto. It never fails. It never fails. She was like, yeah, he be in my life all the times. And after a while on Instagram we had text, but I saw that y'all were following each other, so I was like, oh, you know him too. So I'm like, oh, I was like, yeah, I know him, but I don't really talk to him anymore. I was like, I used to talk to him all the time. I was getting to know him, things of that nature. He was a real cool dude, smooth dude, but I was like, I don't talk to him anymore. And the reason why I don't talk to him anymore is because he tried talking to my cousin. So she was like, really? I was like, yeah, at the same time at that, they were like talking to each other. She was like, what? I said, yeah, let me tell you the story. I'm telling her, I went over to my sister's house and my cousin was there at the time. So I'm letting him know like, hey, I'm talking to this guy from live. I said, you have to hear his voice because again, it was nothing but voice memos we were really sending each other or we're on the phone. I was like, oh my gosh, his voice is just amazing, which I have to give him that because it's just us move. And again, not trying to put it in a grody way, but he just has a way with his words. Like he knows how to talk. And it's just like regular conversation. Regular. It's just like you know what to say and you know how to say it. And again, your voice is deep and it's country vibe. So I'm like, you have to hear his voice. So I played one of the voice memos and I think it was just like a regular voice memo of him just basically getting up really, and he was just asking me like what I was going to be doing today and that hopefully I have a great day today and things of that nature. So I'm making him listen. I'm like, oh, his voice is everything. He's like, yes, it is. So he was like, well, what's his name? I was like, oh yeah, I met him on live and everything. His name is Pluto. I was like, me and him follow each other on Instagram. So I was like, let me pull up a picture and everything. So he was like, Pluto? I was like, yeah, Pluto. So while I'm pulling up a picture, I show him and he busts out laughing. And I'm like, everybody knows that. Everybody clap your hands. But everybody knows that type of laugh of, you got some tea, don't you? You know something that I don't know. Like, why are you laughing? That's weird.
Suspicious.
That's suspicious. Like, what are you laughing
That's
about?
weird.
So he pulls out his phone and it's not the same picture. It's a different picture, but it's Pluto. What are you doing with that? Why do you have that? Why do you have his number? What are y'all talking about? What's going on here? What's the conversation here? How did y'all meet? What's going on? Huh? What is going on here? He's over here like, yeah, we've been having conversation for a little bit now, for about like 2 weeks now. And he, man, that boy a freak. Now, if you don't know, I will say my cousin is a gay man. So
Huh. No.
this is eating me the hell up. So what? At that very moment, I was like, be your pride. Like, what? How can I compete with that? A lot of women be like, you should never compete with a girl for a dude, especially like, honey, never compete. Both of y'all should leave him. Never even be like, make your choice. Like, no, both of y'all should leave him. But again, that's a girl fighting with a girl. With a girl fighting with a guy, there is something that he has that I don't. There's actually more than a lot that he has that I do not. Very much. Height, abs, testosterone, voice, anatomy. That is like, there's a lot of things that he has that I do not have. So I'm like, I'm not even saying compete, but it's just like, I'm not even gonna keep trying. And then my thing is too, with the whole be your pride, you could have let me know. Let me know. You could have let me know that is just how you swing. And if I was okay with that, I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I could have been like, okay, I'm fine with both. Am I? Might be for a different person. But I'm just like, no. And then also for the fact of, with my cousin and with my friend, definitely not. Even if I was okay, I'm not okay with that. I'm not. But I'm not. Wait, what is the song? But I won't do that. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm telling her the story and everything, and I'm like, yeah, he was over there talking to my cousin and everything like that. She was like, what? Your cousin, da da da? And I'm like, yeah, my cousin. But honey, my cousin is a guy. The scream that we scrumped for Screaming Eternity, like the scream that we had scrumped on live. I'm sorry. On live. We are on live while she's telling me this. So I'm giving her a live reaction, honey. Live news. Channel 2 news. Channel 4 news. Like, I'm giving you the real news on live with the mic, man. Like, I'm giving you that. Hold on. Yeah, he's gay. And that is okay. Like I said, that is totally okay. But it would have been a thing to where it's like, honey, you could have told me if you were bi. If you liked men too. So then I could have moved how I wanted to. And then if I said okay and you were talking to a dude, that's on me because you told me and I accepted it. But for you to not to say anything, and then on top of that for it to be my cousin, and on top of that for you to know that we do know, because at that point I had pictures of my cousin on my feed. And then also for the fact of, once you follow me, it shows you who else is. So it's like, did you just really just go through my followings, or did you go through my pictures and be like, who do I? Hey, how goes it? It's Editing AP, and I do want to state that, yes, I do know that I even told him myself that I am not looking for anything serious. I didn't want it to go too far. It was just the fact of, it was too close to home. Like, how would it be if you did go out or did something with my cousin and I was there with the conversations we were having? It would be kind of odd that, you're there with my cousin, and it was just too close to home. It's just something I just felt like you could have kind of just told me. Why? So I'm telling her that, and she was like, oh my gosh, I knew it, because like how she said as well, he was so assertive sexually. And she was like, I wasn't giving him that back. And also for the fact of, when he was talking to me, there were times like that, but I would always kind of cut it short because I told him that's not what I really wanted. I really just wanted to get to know you. And then if things go that way, but it's just like, slow it down. I don't even know if I was talking. I have to see, and I'll put here how long I was even, or what shows how long I was even talking to him, because I want to say like exactly a year later he was like hello, but I did not even message him back. At that point, again, when my cousin had told me what happened, I had cut him off. I didn't even bring it up or say anything because, again, men's egos and their pride, and they can get embarrassed about that. I didn't want it to be a thing to where he might have came at my cousin, because of course that's how he would have to find out. But it's just like, of course he would tell me because that's my cousin. I just kind of left it alone and just died down on that because I just didn't want to bring that up. After that, yeah, my cousin cut it off because he was just like, what is going on? For my friend to find out, and she was like, yeah, it was already getting too much with the conversation. She was already kind of winging off of talking to him anyway, but it was just, yeah. I could understand with Anna because Anna was on live with me, so I could see that how that could mix, even though that is wrong, but it was right there. But for my cousin, for that too, who didn't even know Anna, it's just like crazy work. And the day that I was around, like my cousin, and I was on live and Anna was there, and to know the story and to say the story, it's just like, wow, to stand there and be like, this one man was talking to all of us. Oh, the world is small. Babies, y'all got to be careful. The world is small. That's all I do have for this video. I am satisfied with it. I can't wait to do for the edits and things like that. I am satisfied with it. It was very crazy going through it. I don't even think he has Instagram anymore because I went back and his page isn't there. So I don't know if he got a whole new page or he could have blocked me, ended it. I don't know. That's all I do have for this video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Again, follow me on my social medias. That's going to be in the description box below, as well as subscribe to my channel. Hello. Become a part of this family, y'all. I'm looking for a family. But that's all I have for this video. Until the next one, I will see y'all then. Love you, mean it. Bye.